Hey, what is going on? It is your boy Luke. Thank you for clicking on this video. Okay, am I the a-hole for telling my husband's therapist something he didn't want me to? Okay, so for some background, my husband 50M and I 43F have been married for almost 20 years. He has always had a problem with saying very hurtful things when he was angry. He had to go see a therapist today, and myself and our daughter 13F went with him as support because he was very nervous. After she spoke with him for a while, she asked to speak to me privately. She asked me if he had anger issues, and I told her the truth. He is angry at me for telling her about what he does when he is angry. Should I have kept my mouth shut? Did I do the right thing? He says, I don't really love him, and me saying what I did proves it. I feel like a total piece of human waste right now. Whoa, okay. Okay, so you're not the asshole, as this first comment says. It's like, you're supposed to be honest when it comes to therapy. You're supposed to talk about your life. You are supposed to be completely open and transparent. I understand that he has anger issues, but it's like, if you want anything to be fixed, or if he wants anything to be fixed, like, he's gonna have to be open about these things, you know? And sure, he was very nervous, he needed a daughter there, but it's like, you have to be honest. Plus, the therapist went to the wife and said, "Can I speak to you privately?" Meaning she knew something was wrong. If the therapist is talking to the wife on some like, hey, like, something's up with the husband, I just want to make sure, like, does he do anything? And like, even the therapist knew he might have anger issues, so she had to confirm it with the wife. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And you say, should I have kept my mouth shut? It's like, no, like, that kind of just defeats the whole point of you know, being honest, being transparent, and actually getting anything from therapy. So yeah. And also, he's pulling this BS, like, I don't really love him. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't like the fact that the wife feels like a total piece of human waste just because she said some important information to the therapist if you want any results to be done. So yeah, this is completely true. No, you're not the a-hole. How on earth is he supposed to heal if he is just going to lie about what he's struggling with? Exactly. And this person said, the fact that the therapist zeroed in on the anger issues means you can already sense it. Good on OP for telling the truth. Exactly. And the 13-year-old child, keeping them safe. That's exactly what I thought. If the therapist had a conversation with the dude and he was like, hey, can I confirm something, that you have anger issues? And the wife's like, yeah, he actually does. It's like, well, you just confirmed her suspicions then. And she already knew that based off talking to the guy. So yeah, I'm literally sorting these by best, and I'm just gonna read all the top ones. I don't even know how many I'm gonna read in this video, but we'll see. My daughter, 21, has been dating this guy, 24, for 2 years. It is fairly serious. He is from Mexico and has been in the US since he was 3 years old. He has a strange phobia of not wanting anyone to see him eat, and it's real. I have literally never seen this kid put a bite of food in his mouth. Despite spending a fair amount of time around him, he is thin but doesn't look unhealthy. The problem is, we will take him out to dinner occasionally, for holidays and special occasions, and he always orders a full meal. He will cut up the food, push it around the plate, but not eat any of it. Then after the meal, he will donate his leftovers to someone else. It is even worse when I make home cooked meals and they come to dinner. He does the same thing, takes a full plate of food, pushes it around, cuts it up, makes it look messed up, but doesn't eat any of it. Then he will scrape all the food into the trash can afterwards. I'm starting to get enraged from this. He wastes a horrendous amount of food, and I can't stand the money wasted whenever we go to an expensive restaurant and the meals go completely uneaten. It's even caused a few scenes with waiters asking him what's wrong, do they need to change his order, etc. I've talked to my daughter privately and said if he doesn't want to eat, that's fine. Just tell him to stop taking plates of food and ordering in restaurants. Her response was, but in this culture, it's rude for him to not take food. I'm not asking him to do that, but I find it so rude that he is willing to waste our money. Food isn't cheap. Will I be the asshole for just announcing that he is no longer invited to meals? Ooh, this is my favorite one. Holy smokes, this is really good. Okay, so if you want my honest opinion, I don't even want to read any comments yet. So will you be the asshole for doing this? No. Depending on how you say it. If you go up to the guy and you're like, Hey man, the way you eat and your phobia is really weird and strange, and I don't want you to do that, so you're no longer invited to meals. Like, if you word it like that, then you are the asshole, but if you're like, hey man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I noticed that you not wanting to eat wastes a lot of money and food, and I can no longer allow this to happen. So as a result, you are no longer going to be invited to meals because we don't want to waste food and money. But if you still want to show up and not eat, that's fine, or wait until the meal is over. But we cannot keep wasting food and money on you when nothing ever happens. That's just me putting my line in the sand. That way, you're being honest of what you want, what your intentions is, and you're just not bashing him for being weird. You're just saying, hey, like, I can't keep doing this with you. And if that's a problem, that's fine. But yeah. So I don't think you're the asshole depending on how you handle it. This is tricky. First comment, be kind and stop inviting him to dinner. Surely there are other ways that you can spend time with him that doesn't involve food. This is a good point. You can go mini golfing with him, you can go bowling, you can go to bars. He's 24. Second comment, if your daughter gets offended, tell her that you also find it rude that he wastes food. So not inviting him to eat will keep both sides happy. Yes, because he doesn't have to eat in front of you and he's not wasting food. Both sides are happy. Okay, I'm trying to find a new one for this last story that's like short. Okay, here we go. Am I the asshole? Me and my sister have an apartment together and I feel like it didn't have to go this far. So me and my sister have an apartment together and I gave her some money in cash and she took it and I sent her some money, but I was down $60 on rent. I told her I'll send it to her on Tuesday because the bank was closed and I couldn't transfer money. I asked if she could just cover until then. She started yelling about a late fee and a bunch of random stuff and pretty much being mad at me for not having it. She ended up not paying and there's a late fee, and I didn't even care about that, but it was more about the fact that you couldn't lend me $60 to pay the rent. And before y'all say it's my fault, I already know, but my thing is every month she doesn't have 50 for another bill, and I'll cover her until she can send it without making it a big issue the first month. When we moved in, I covered her for 500 and she said she would give it back, but never did. And I always get up to do something for her, but she doesn't do nothing but be miserable. I didn't care about the money. It was like, dang, you couldn't just wait 3 days? Okay, this one is weird. One of the comments says, you're the asshole. She doesn't have to cover your portion just like you don't have to cover her. Stop doing it. Dude, I'm like really trying. Your story is so weird. I'm like trying. Okay, so you and your sister have an apartment together. You gave her money in cash and you sent her some money, but you were down $60 on rent and you said you'll send it on Tuesday because the bank was closed and asked if she could cover it until then. She started yelling about a late fee. So this one, okay, so yeah, you're the asshole. You were down $60 on rent for some reason. You wanted her to cover it, but she had no obligation to do that. She doesn't have to cover your portion. One of the comments says it perfectly. You both just need to learn how to pay your bills and grow up. Like, it's insane. Literally, another comment that we're going to end this off on is if she never has money to cover her portion, what makes you think she has enough to help you? This is a two-way street. You both need to be able to support each other and support yourselves. Come on, bro. How can you support other people if you can't support yourself? That goes for you and her. Like, yeah, this could be a little tricky, but yeah. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, reading a bunch of Reddit stories. I try to make a couple videos a week, so if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.